Morning, everybody. We'll get started here in a minute. Hey, good morning, everybody. All right, we'll get started looking at what are we on here? Gold. Let's go with a dollar. Dollar. We're butting up against this support level here of 93.80. We gapped down a little bit. I don't know if this feed is really accurate. I think my feed went offline a few days ago. I don't know why this gap is here. That would be, let's see, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So that was last week. I'm going to ignore this gap right now until I verify that on another platform. I haven't really noticed that, I guess. But we're buying up against this support level, and I still think this is going to come down, and I am ultimately still looking for the 92, 80 level somewhere in here. I think we're just kind of gathering up some speed. We might get a little push up, and then I'm looking for a drive lower. But yeah, it's definitely starting to push up off these levels, but it might just be building up liquidity down here to run it nice and strong and start targeting this low and ultimately these lows here. Euro is kind of doing the same thing in the opposite direction, so I think Euro is still going to punch up above these highs here, and we're just revving up for that. So this gold is one I'm looking at currently. So if I'm looking for a lower dollar, I'm looking for higher gold prices. And it's just been, I talked about how last week I got into a demo. This is a demo trade here. Just I thought it was going to start pushing up, and it did, and it came back down. It just kind of meandered around. My stop was down here. I moved it up. I could probably move my stop up even higher now. But for this up and down action, let's just give it a little space. If it comes down and takes me out, it's not a big deal. But I'm looking for higher prices on gold. I'm looking for an opportunity to get in this and send out a signal. I just don't feel too confident in anything right now until we get above this 1208 level. If we get above there, then I'll start looking for an opportunity to send something out and start targeting. Our first level that I'll be looking at will be, this 1218. Let's go 12 or 1220. 1220 will be my next level up, and then I'd be looking for 12, maybe 1240 might be a little high. We could go to 1238, 1239. Let's go 1238. So those are my next upside objectives on this. I do have a take profit way up here at 1370, but that's a really long term. That's really long term. I'm just looking at these highs, and I doubt I'll hold this trade that long. Maybe it's just because it's a demo. Maybe I will just for see if I get lucky on it. But as far as a live trade, that's not something that I would hold on to. I would be looking for these little targets in here and getting little pieces all the way up is how I would roll on that. But right now we're still just kind of in this consolidation, so I need a nice breakup. Maybe come back just a little bit. Doesn't need to come back all the way down into here, but just a little bit of retracement, and then look for another push up is how I would be looking for that. And I'd be doing that on the 4-hour chart, possibly breaking down into the 1-hour chart to get a nice entry on that. S&P, here's that old high. We're above that. We came down, tested it, and we pushed off it again. And now we made a new high at 29, 17, 29, 18, whatever your feet is on that. And we came back up, kind of retesting it, came all the way down, and then we had this nice push back up. So I'm still looking for higher prices on this. Yesterday we had a nice bullish day. Price came down into Tuesday, grabbed some liquidity, came right down into this level that I had marked on the chart, 2876. This candle's low is 2877, 78. So it came really close to that, and we pushed off nice and aggressively. So today I'm still looking for longs. I want to get above these highs. We came down to the 2900 level, and we're seeing some push off on this. I'm waiting until after the equities open here in about 20 minutes or so, and I want to see what price does. I usually like waiting a little bit after equities open to get in it, but what I'd like to see is prices start moving away and then maybe come back down to this 2905 level and find some support there, and then maybe get a push up above these highs. These are really we got a double top here, so everyone's looking at that like, oh, we have a double top, we put in a top, we're looking for lower prices. I'm looking for a price to push above that, possibly up into this 2916, 2918 level. So that's what I'll be looking at today. And it's just a matter of getting a signal for me and being patient. This may just take off from here and may not even give me that opportunity at the time frame I'm looking for, which is very likely actually. But you have a lot of liquidity. right here. Price will most likely reach up to there, and I'm definitely looking for higher prices. Came down early this morning, and now we're pushing off. So I'm just looking for a little higher prices, maybe a little pullback, and then another run up into these levels. On the downside, it may sweep this level, but I don't think we're going to get anything strong on the downside lower than this 2900 level. I Like I said, price very well could sweep it, and I would be looking for a rejection. If price moves really aggressively and just keeps going through, I would be just sitting and waiting, because that's not what I would be anticipating in this price action right now. Because I don't see anything down here that price would want to get to, unless it's just gonna do a more of a consolidation. Because right now if you look at it, we're in this consolidation here. We're in the upper half of it. I'm looking for it to continue pushing through, but if it comes back down, you're going to start testing the lower half of this consolidation. So I would just be holding out on that. So that's what we're looking at right now. It shows up really nice on the weekly chart. You can see these candles. I mean, we're just playing around in this area here. So you just got to be mindful of that. If it breaks out of this, we could potentially see a really nice run through this if all the breakout traders are going to pile in and start pushing it all the way down. If it breaks down below this, I don't know. I'm looking for higher prices right now. We're above this high. It's consolidating above it. I would look for another leg up on this, but we'll see. We've had an incredibly nice run on S&P, but it doesn't mean that we don't have more left in here. I'm not a wave guy. I don't even know how to count the Elliott waves. I know that's a big thing, and I've tried studying it before, and I just don't. I think it's too hard to figure out. Every time I see people do it, and you look at the same instrument, other people are trying to analyze it on Elliott wave. It seems like they all do different, get different, a different outcome on it. So I think that shows that's not very. It's very subjective, I guess. So I don't know. These are waves I see like that, and I don't know what this means. A, B, C, D, E, whatever. First wave, second wave, third wave. I have no idea how you would read that. I see it as coming down. We grabbed this liquidity, and then it ran up, and it looks like it's going for another leg to me. And if this leg goes up, comes back down, and we're looking for an equal leg, we're looking for much higher prices. So price is working its way up right now into the 2905 level. We'll see if we can break through this. This might not give me a trade today if it just keeps running. I'll have to look down on maybe a 5-minute chart to get an entry on this. When I came down to my computer this morning, price was doing this right here, and I was like, ooh, it's came down to a level that I like, and I just wish it happened more like right now than earlier this morning. I just didn't like what time it happened, because more often than not, if I take trades earlier than my normal trade time, which is usually between 9:30 Eastern Standard Time and 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's the window I like to get in on a trade. If it's before that, I might make a little bit, but it usually just whips right against me. So I like to kind of hold out and be patient and let price kind of give me an idea which way it wants to go. And that's more often than not a little bit easier to take a little bit of money out. But I think definitely you're still, if you're looking at longer term trades, you're still looking for longs on the ES right now. But as far as these markets, I mean, it's difficult to trade these things. If you're looking for a longer term, you just have to be very patient, because this is just kind of a consolidation mess. But you understand that when you have consolidation mess, after that is usually a nice strong run. So just be patient on it and wait for it to start breaking one way or the other, and then intraday you'll have opportunities to get in on it. Because I think if we get up on, this is euro, if you get above these highs on a nice strong candle, we get a nice strong close above these highs, you can look for a little intraday pullback and then get continued candles on this on the upside. Just kind of go for the ride. Same with gold. This mess, I mean, it's when it goes one way or the other, it's going to go probably a pretty good distance. But if we're looking for lower prices on dollar, then you got to look for the higher prices on gold. If we push off this and we start working above these levels, then we're probably looking for another run on dollar. Right now, it's just not giving us any information on that. And we broke down, we took out this low, and looks heavy. So let's see if we can come down and grab some more liquidity. So we'll sit and watch S&P here a little bit and see what this wants to do. I would like it to come back down. Maybe not. Actually, I'd like it to come up just short of this level and then give me a little retracement. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm going to turn off my volume for a while. I'm just going to watch price. Alright guys, so just for the rest of the day, just watch these levels. Looking for higher prices on S&P. If it comes down into this level, it could sweep it, but I don't want it to stay down here and work its way down to the 29 or 28.92. If it breaks down and starts pulling down, that's where it's going to go down to that level. It could sweep this, but I'd want to see a rejection, and I'm aiming for the old highs on this. So keep looking at that, and good luck to you. Have a good day.